Today we have a game against Buzzsaw, who is a 10Q, versus Tysicle, who is a 7Q. This is from our Tsumego Dragon League. So if you're interested in that, go to tsumegodragon.com/league and you can join for free. Okay, okay. Lots of 3/4s. Everyone loves 3/4s this game. Mhm. So typically what I would expect is black to get something over here in exchange for white coming over here. Black gets a forcing move and then still come over here. I think this would be perfectly fine. I recommend low at this level if you're on your opponent's side of the board. High can be considered better. However, it is more center oriented, and I find below 5Q that the center is not used properly, but we shall see how it goes. Or a very nice opening. I think this would be quite nice because the bottom right corner, you can see like you want to extend and get all this influence down here. And from this position, you can build this square right here with a shoulder hit. So I think that would be quite nice. So this one not only builds this center square, but also expands this Shamari's position, Shamari being the corner enclosure. So if we do something like this, I think you can see black's influence right here. Maybe I can turn that up just a little bit, make it a little bit more obvious. Yeah, I think you can see here black's influence is very nice right here in this area. This is back here. There's not really a combination between these two influences. So putting something in here, I think, would make them start working together very nicely. Up top is definitely possible, simply because if you play down here somewhere, white can also build their position in the top left. They could also, I think, play shoulder hit as well, which would look something like this, maybe. Another option would be the attachment, maybe like this. That might be possible. I don't know, let me know what you think. Also, let me know if the influence is helpful or distracting. And I want the stronger players, hopefully, to be able to still follow the game without it being too distracting. While the weaker players, I want to have a little bit better understanding of the positions using the influence. Let me know if this is helpful or hurtful or whatever. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. Okay. Okay. I think the left side is not that interesting. Because as we saw, the top side and the bottom side is where all the influences are. The left side's already settled with this third line stone, so white doesn't build all that much. I think either invade to break this combination and attack the stone, maybe start a fight, or maybe start going down here, play this one. If you don't know this one, I highly recommend looking it up and going over some variations. The simplest variation would be to play like this. Um, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, should be fine. Yeah. Just some end game. If you're really worried about it, you can go here, but I think it's just end game. Another option is simply when they do this, you can connect if you're worried about it. This would be the simplest way to play is both player or black gets a base in the corner and then you can attack. But I think it's very important to learn this move. Now, once you get comfortable with it, I think it'll be time to learn this one, which is a lot more complicated. But it can get you a very nice position if you know it and your opponent doesn't. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is the way you can approach this large knight's enclosure in this corner, is by playing this attachment right here. So I think probably the top invasion or the attachment at Q4. I think those would be the two options here. Okay, shoulder hit is nice to reduce. I would probably want to work with this stone. Maybe settle the position first. Actually, no. What about shoulder hit here and then shoulder hit here? And then not an easy position. You could go like this, I guess. Looking like a pretty big combination of the top right. Yeah, I think shoulder hit should be pretty nice to build that top right position. But I want to say that's a little bit bigger. So I think this game, the big thing is learning how to establish positions. I think that's one of the big keys here. Both players are pretty territorial. Both players are on the third line a lot. Very solid. So both players have very similar styles, and both players are very solid. So whoever can establish a position first is going to have the advantage in the middle game fights. Okay. Very reasonable by black. White's responses are natural, and white invades. Yep. Okay, so like I think you're both playing really well. Regardless, I think there's some combination ideas that you haven't quite gotten down yet. But overall, I think both players are playing quite well so far. Typically you wouldn't do this because typically the goal is to surround the invasion. So think like this, and if you're worried about the slide, I wouldn't be too concerned. It's okay because you're getting influence in exchange. So you can kind of see white's influence up top right here versus black's influence in the center right here. It's about even. You could probably say about 2 lines of influence for black, 2 lines of influence for white. White's is cash, but black's can expand further. So I want to say it's about even, maybe a little bit in black's favor. I think it's perfectly fine to play a diagonal here. You could play a knight's move, but remember knight's moves are cuttable, so you have to pay attention to this cutting point. However, white is a little too weak to cut right this second, but because it has weakness, you have to be a lot more careful with it. It's like having a sharper knife. You have to be careful with how you wield it, otherwise you might cut yourself. So we could do something like this, and that could play like that, maybe like that. It's a very similar result. I don't think it's a huge difference, but I would personally say that the diagonal is easier. This is because black does not have a foundation. You see there's no black influence right here. So you want to play defense because you're around an enemy stone, but your opponent is also weak. They don't have a foundation either. So the idea is you want to attack by being the surrounding stone, but you also need to make sure that you're cautiously attacking because you are also weak. And I think the diagonal does that perfectly. This is not as common with the Knight's Move enclosure. Large Knight's Move enclosure is a lot more common. I think here, the big thing I would think is probably just settle. Just settle your position, and you can start fighting in the center. Like, once you settle, place a stone here, you can probably start capping and surrounding the stone, because now, even if white cuts through, you see how you have this little black position right here? You have foundation. So it's pretty easy to survive if you need to. Yeah, it's pretty easy to survive if you absolutely need to. Um, I don't know. That's an idea. It's an idea. Where are we going with this? This cut implies you want to attack here, but I want to get back to the weak group. So I want to fix, and jump. This would probably be the most basic idea. I think you can save the stone. It's a cutting stone, right? So probably save the stone. Hmm. I think you're okay here. There is, and if white does this, then it's not a huge deal, I think, because you get a lot of stuff for it. But maybe you're concerned about it. White could do this, but I want to say it's good for black. Hmm. Difficult position, for sure. Difficult position, for sure. I think this move is just too much. This move is too much. It's getting you into complicated positions. It's getting hard to use, hard to play with. And I think black had a slight advantage, so I don't think there's a reason to make this so hard for black. This feels a little good for white. You can see how big this sphere of influence is for white now. And black's combination is not really very good because white is breaking into it. So now you have to go attack this and make something, but you gave a really large corner for it. This is slow. This is very slow. Okay, you realized. Good. Jump. You want to surround these two. Maybe even cap. Cap's a little bit harder to pull off now, simply because you don't have all the forcing moves in the corner, but maybe it's still okay. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But the position of the top left is good for white. I wouldn't attach to the large one. If I was going to attach to the large one, I would go here. So this one, it's time to learn a new corner pattern. So I think maybe as homework from this game, you want to learn maybe 2 corner patterns from this one. Or maybe at least review the video, play it out a couple times on a board, maybe just click through it a couple times in a row. Just make sure you have like a general idea. And then the next time it comes up, go ahead and play this move, whether like it's good or bad. Just get some experience with it, right? You're probably going to lose. That's fine. Lose a game or two to learn a new pattern is fine, right? So I think this would be worth it there. Careful. I think here is perfectly reasonable. A pretty large corner. Okay, this is fine. It's fine. Cap. I think learn the cap, because the cap gives you influence towards this massive open center. You see how the influence here is much smaller for black. Yeah, you're not really gaining anything. You're attacking, but you're not really gaining anything. I think hopefully this influence line is helping you understand that. Like your influence is not doing anything. It's like one line. So white got to escape and didn't really give anything for it. And white got here first, which is really big. Versus if we go back, if we play a capping move like this, right, and let white out, now we have some influence in the center, and then we play like this. Like look at that center now. Look how much black influence there is in that center. I think this is how you are supposed to attack. Is you're supposed to cap, get influence, pincer, take their foundation, and chase, get influence. And this is what I mean about working with the center. You have to learn how to make stuff like this, and that's why I think the fourth line is very difficult to play, because you're learning how to make this, yet you're playing moves that say you have to get this. So if you don't know how to get this, then your move doesn't get anything, because white can easily take it away. So it doesn't get anything here. So if you don't get anything in the center, then the move is pointless, right? So imagine we played like how you did in the game, and then white gets here in the future. What did all these stones get? Like 2 points, maybe? Or 2 lines, sorry. Yeah, you gotta be able to make that influence in the center. Capping moves, I think, are your friend. Capping moves and pincers, these are good attacking moves. I'm gonna say white's ahead for now, because that top left is looking pretty nice, and the bottom is also looking really nice. Black has the top right and the bottom right, but that's about it. There is some right here, but it's not very big. And this right here is kind of a little bit of a bad combination until we attack this more. We have to attack this and get this, otherwise it's nothing. But I think right now it's more important to take away this, so maybe invade. This is interesting to start a fight. Technically not necessary. I think white should be okay over there. Maybe just go in and try to survive. Yeah, white played really well here. Okay, this is fine for building influence. We don't have any influence. The white stones right here are canceling it out. Okay, making life is fine. Not dying is fine. Okay, so this is a little bit late. The right side wasn't necessary. I think you lost a few points. But you did find one of the key moves. White, same as black. Surround the stone. You want to surround invasions. Very important. If you just make it and let them out, they destroyed this section for free. You want to surround stuff. Oh, careful. You're cutting off the top, but you're also getting cut off in exchange. This is a delicate balance. Okay, like this. Make a shape, but I don't like this. Here you said you're going left, which goes to a black wall, but you're threatening to connect as well. So yeah, and then you want to expand your sphere of influence, perhaps. But this, I think, is really slow. It's getting you maybe one eye, so maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it feels slow to me. Black is making shape here. That's perfectly fine. You can't peep after you do that. If you want to do that, you have to peep first. But then, of course, they're going to fix like this. So, the peep is not threatening to cut this. Doesn't work if they have this friend. Because when you push down, that friend supports the block. This one is a waste of move. This one's just bad. This move does like almost nothing. And even though it does something, like you're just fixing white. This is just a bad move. It doesn't gain anything. Sure. I think okay. I want to say this one's bigger. Because I think your group is okay. And so you still destroy the stuff over here. And imagine like it looks like this. Black does not actually have anything right there. And then just start endgame. And maybe like that. Okay, almost done with the video. So let's this a pro once told me for the end game the higher line is better, assuming both are Sentai. The higher the line is usually the better one. Oh, this last one's too much. Everything up to here is fine. This one is not forcing. It's not Sentai. Sentai meaning like you keep the initiative. Your opponent has to respond. This one doesn't force your opponent to respond, so it's actually Gote, which is losing the initiative. Ooh, exciting. Exciting. Yeah, maybe respawn once. And then go here. Maybe. Yeah, I think black caught you off guard. Oh, very exciting. Of course, connect. Of course. Of course, connect. Connections are almost always better. Why let your opponent cut you in Sentai? See how your stone is damaged? You want to fix, right? You want to fix because you need to save your stone. But now you've wasted a move because now black has the initiative. So you should have just fixed in a way that doesn't let black cut you for free. Okay, trying to survive is fine. I like black's aggression here. Maybe it's a little off, but it's better than not attacking ever and just rolling over and losing, right? I really like that you're like checking the eyes here. And look how many points you're gaining because of it. You're gaining so much value right here by attacking this. This was kind of like the story of this game, is you needed to attack this and gain profit. You needed to gain something, and now you're gaining it. And I think that's really good. And I think it's why I think you won this game. I think black won this game. And I want to say it's probably because you decided to attack. Black's doing really well to poke the weaknesses. Oh my gosh, look at this position right here. This is all from black attacking 2 spots. Entire black influence right here. Yeah, that was nice. White's getting the in-game, very nice. Follow up, very nice. White is really good at the in-game. Stop pushing the diagonals. This one and this one down here at D4. Right here and right here. Both very bad moves. Stop doing that. Do I have a pin tool? It doesn't look like it. I have marks, but that's it. And then I can do score tool. Oh, what is that? What does it do? Computation of territories. 0, because we don't have any territory yet. Okay. Didn't do any. I thought it would use an AI or something. Oh, it's fine. We can still see the influence. Yeah. White, this move is not good. It's unnecessary. This one's also not good because it doesn't make white respond. So why are we doing it? There we go. Very nice, monkey. A monkey jump is a term. Black, you actually don't have to lose a stone. You can go right here directly. The idea is if white plays like this and gets greedy, you can cut and then go here. And white is actually trapped. So because of that, white has to fix. And now it's the same position, but you don't lose the stone. You don't have to actually sacrifice the stone. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, let's play this out. Let's play this out. There. Are you right? Okay. And then if I go here, and block. Oh wow, you are. Oh, cool. Cool. Good reading. So cool. Careful. You have 3 cutting points on the same string of stones to fix. Don't have too many cutting points. Too many cutting points lead to what I call goose Tsujis, which are losing to cutting points at the end of the game. All right, I'm out of time for this video, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the review, and I'll see you guys next time.